And I think I ended off last time by noting that we were a bit short of steel. So the first thing I do is probably going to be to build some more steel production. We have all of the science packs now, apart from the space science, which is like a post-game optional thing. We're not actually researching anything at the moment. I'm just going to queue up a bunch of technologies that are not strictly necessary to launch the rocket, but we might as well be researching something. Sushi go-round science setup here has been working quite nicely, I think. Yeah, I think more steel. This is running flat out. Look, every furnace is on, and we're still not making enough steel. So the option is to build more. I think what I might actually do is move the stone production. Do we have robots here? Build one more roboport. The beauty of having robots unlocked is you can just do things like cut and paste your builds to move them around your factory. So I can just cut that, paste it up here, and then I've moved my stone brick production. All I have to do is belt back up. Robots will take care of everything else for me. Going to have to steal steel, says Ren. Are you guys in a mood for making puns today? Because it certainly seems like it. So now we have some space to build some steel production. So the robots are not going to build the very top edge of this at the moment. The reason for that is it's slightly outside of the roboport coverage. Oh, also the power is out. Oops. There we go. Working? That looks like that's working. A good pun is its own reword, says LT Bago. Very good. Congratulations. Right, I should just be able to leave the bots to... missing... Yeah, because I'm copying a build that used wooden power poles, and I don't automate wooden power poles because they... You can't fully automate them because they need wood, and you can only get wood by cutting trees down. So at a certain point in the game, I just say, right, we're going to use... we're just going to use steel electric poles from now on. Go. Everything else should be brought over for us. Missing construction robots. Yes. It's warning us that we don't have enough robots to build everything at once. But that's fine. We can... small cloud of robots over our base now, ferrying things back and forth. We can leave them to it. And have some more steel eventually. I do need to hook up the output actually. It would be a bit silly not to do that. Squid Coder says you could change the nothing redeem to use Unicode 200B, which is non-breaking space, instead of a dot. Would be funnier to see literally nothing. 200B is non-breaking space, yes. I think I tried various Unicode space characters and it didn't let you use them. It made you put something else. I'll try it again just in case that's changed, but I have a feeling not possible. Okay, nothing. So yeah, if you don't put any description in at all, then how does that appear? Yeah, if I don't put in any description at all, it just leaves it as what it was, as a dot. Let's try unbreaking space character. Save that. Yeah, it doesn't let you save that. It reverts it to the version with the dot. I wonder if any of the other control characters work. Copied a directional override character. Oh, I think that worked. Yeah, I just put a right to left override character in, and it seems to have saved it. I'm just going to my channel. Sorry everybody, this is not Factorio, this is fun with Unicode characters. But I think if you refresh and then hit the nothing redeem, yeah, it should actually have no description now. Which is maybe an improvement. Squid Coder, thank you so much for redeeming your first ever flower of the day, I think that is, unless my bot is broken. Common cat's ear. Thank you for starting your wildflower garden. I guess you were scrolling through the channel point redeems to see what there was, because you also noticed the nothing. I wonder, actually, can I change the name of the nothing redeem to also be nothing? Think of that. It's going to let you do that or not. Sorry, we'll be back to Factorio in a moment. Reward name. Right to left character. Okay, it did save that. Yeah, okay. Let me refresh again. Yeah, you can now spend channel points to do literally nothing. There's no description and no name. And not only that, because I put in a right to left override, instead of saying 30 points, it says 0.3 points. See where it says in chat, it says Harry Green redeemed 0.3. That 0.3 is supposed to be the cost, but it's backwards because I made it a right to left override character. Squid Coder is out of stock. There's a 1 minute cooldown on it to stop people spamming it. Okay, we slightly broke Twitch there. Lesson learned, if you put a right to left override character in your redeem name, the redeem name comes out backwards. Sadly, it doesn't, put the redeemer's name backwards or anything like that. Okay, what else are we short of? Oh, we're actually short of red science. I wasn't expecting that. Did we unlock the highest tier? Yes, we unlocked Assembling Machine 3, which is the final tier of Assembling Machine, and is faster than 2. I think I might set up some production of Assembling Machine 3. Oh. 2 is not quite fast enough. Where did I put... Ah, here it was. Yeah. I did automate assembling machines. I even left a bit of space because I knew I was going to need to put 3 in. What on earth is going on here? Okay, why is this chest full of bricks and coal? The robots have been up to no good. Let's put a filter on that. This is reserved for assembling machines, not bricks and coal. Silly robots. Right. Squid Coder says, do you use circuits to manage your sushi science? You could read how many packs there are and stock it up. I believe what I did was... I am using... look at this crowd of robots chasing me because I still don't have the robot speed upgrade. And now they've all gone off to recharge because they ran out of battery trying to catch me. The way my sushi science works is I'm reading the contents of this belt, and then each of these inserters will put a science pack onto the belt if there are fewer than 16 of that pack currently on the belt. So I am using circuits, but when I say circuits, I mean like there's a wire connecting all these inserters together, and then that's it. Ren says, I wonder if that's left over from the Great Conveyor Calamity. No, it's left over from the steel upgrade I just did. I deconstructed my brick smelting area, which means a whole load of bricks, stone and coal had to get moved out of the way. And I have put some chests here for the bots to put things in that they don't have anywhere else to put them. Maybe I'll put a couple more such chests. This iron and copper is left over from the Great Conveyor Calamity. Where are they going with those now? Oh. Never mind, they're putting them in a different wrong place. Silly robots, that's not the right chest either. That's for mining drills. Stop it. No, not that one either. Can't trust these robots with anything. You want a job done right, you've got to do it yourself. Stop putting them in here. Stop it. They've taken the mining drills out by mistake now. Stop it. Stop it. It's got a logistic filter. It's supposed to be reserved for electric mining drills. What are you doing, robots? Squid Coder says use passive providers. There is a reason that I'm using storage chests. If I deconstruct something that... Say I deconstruct something that has a bunch of assembling machines in, then I want it to put the assembling machines back in here with the other assembling machines. If I used a passive provider, it wouldn't put anything back, it would only take things out. So then this assembler would be working, making a bunch more assembling machines, even though I just deconstructed a bunch. We had that were sitting somewhere else in the factory. Yeah, there is a reason I'm doing it that way. It might not be the right way of doing things. The robots have embraced anarchy, says Debugger. They do seem to have done. Right, let's make some assembling machine 3s. So these need assembling machine 2s, and they need speed modules. Assembling machine 2s we can just fish out of there. Speed modules? I think I might make some speed modules separately, rather than trying, because we do have a speed module factory all the way over here. Rather than belt them all the way back over here, I'll just have another speed module assembler, I think. I'm going to have to make some space for it. There. Speed module. And that needs green and red circuits. So green circuits we can fetch off of here. Red circuits we're going to need to bring down just for this machine. Maybe we can make this a mixed belt of green and red, because we don't use that many. I change this to be just one side of the belt. This to be actually, hang on, if we do this junction completely, we'd put that there. And then, yeah. There we go. Now we can have red and green circuits on here. Rooney, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, everyone. In particular, welcome in. Harry, Otto the Potato, Hurricane, and Rooney, who all say, it's a raid! It is indeed. Rooney, I hope you had a good stream. I was able to drop by briefly today, but I was actually with family most of the afternoon, and when I wasn't with family, I was either eating or watching Ophelia play Mass Effect. Or typing a list of 1,000 new flowers into my bot. Because we were running out of flowers. I do hope you had a good stream, Rooney. And Otto and Hurricane have both redeemed 2 of the new flowers that are now available. Well, that poplar is a tree, but fun fact, trees are flowers too. Almost all trees are flowering plants. Rooney is a very cozy streamer. I encourage everybody to go check him out. Thank you, mods, for doing that shout out. And I think you've all come here before, but just in case anybody is new, hello, my name is Emma. I'm here every Friday, Saturday and Sunday, starting at around 7 PM, give or take. UK time, which is about 2 PM Eastern for any Americans. And I mostly play puzzle games, but I do other things as well, such as this, which is Factorio, which is a factory building game that we're having a lot of fun with. Just setting up an assembling machine that makes assembling machines. This is like meta automation of my factory now. And actually, yeah, circuits are really slow. Speed modules are really slow to produce, so I might make this machine faster. In fact, I might use my first tier 3 assembler to craft more tier 3 assemblers. Rooney says it was a good stream, thank you. How is the factory running? I mean, so far it's going better than the last stream. Last stream, we messed up in pretty much every way it's possible to mess up in Factorio. We put items on the wrong belt. Our trains got stuck. We ran out of power. We didn't have enough resources. But we did manage to resolve all of those problems eventually. But it's all, don't worry, that's part of the Factorio experience. And to be honest, I'm glad that those things happened. Like, if the whole thing had just gone flawlessly, people wouldn't have really got the full perspective of what the game is like. So having to watch me fix things as well is part of the experience, I think. Squid Coder says, I figured out how to make a chest be non-limited, but only hold a stack of item. Decide a combinator reading belt input and chest contents on separate wires. And then do some logic. Yeah, I have sort of done that. So this chest isn't limited, like you can limit it like this. But if I limited like this and then I deconstructed a factory that had assemblers, the bots wouldn't be able to put the assemblers back in here. So this isn't limited, but it's only making 2 stacks of assemblers, and that's because I have a wire to this inserter set to enable if there are fewer than 100 assemblers. So this machine is always on, but the inserter won't pull any items out of it unless the chest has fewer than 100. So yeah, that's not quite what Squid Coder is suggesting, but I think that works for my purposes. And then I have this logistic filter set which stops the bots putting the wrong thing in the chest. At least it's supposed to. I forgot to set it on 2 of these, and as a result the bots have been putting the wrong thing in the chest. But, I think that's sorted now. Yeah, look, there we are. We have made assembling machine 3, which I'm immediately going to put here. So actually, if I just... This is the speed of a tier 2 machine, and this is the speed of a tier 3 machine. So you can see it's noticeably faster. But also, these slots here, these can hold modules. So you can put speed modules into these slots to speed the machine up even more. And tier 1 assemblers don't have those, and tier 2 assemblers do have them, but they only have 2 slots, whereas these have 4 slots. So the higher tier machines are not only faster, but they have the capability to get even faster. The trade-off with that is the faster you make it, the more power it uses. We have a little bit of room to use more power here, but not much. Oh, hang on. Remnant of the Great Belt Catastrophe. I will demonstrate with the aid of these tier 3 speed modules, which are very expensive. This machine has been running for a while and it's only managed to make 10 of them. Squid Coder says, oh, it works. Mine is meant to be more general. Yeah, there's a ton of different ways of doing things in this game, which is one of the things I like about it. So this is the speed that the machine is running now. If I were to put 4 tier 3 speed modules in here, now look at it go. However, this one machine is now drawing 1.4 megawatts of power. Compared to this machine, which is drawing 77 kilowatts of power. So this this machine is taking 20 times as much power as this one. And it's not running 20 times as fast. It is running a lot faster, but not 20 times as fast. So in most cases, you are better off just building more machines rather than building one machine and filling it with speed modules, until you're so late in the game that you just don't care about power anymore. Ren says, has Factorio been shown to be Turing complete yet? Yes. That's actually one of the more trivial things to show, because it literally has combinators to do logic operations and arithmetic. So I haven't used these yet because I haven't made anything complicated enough that would need them. With one of these, you can do any arithmetic operation, and with one of these, you can do any logic operation. And so you put them together, and yeah, you can literally wire up a computer out of logic gates, as you would. It's not something like there are some games where you have to think a bit about how you would build a computer with them. This game is very easy. As with all simulations that exist in the real world, it's not Turing complete because Turing completeness requires an infinite memory. This game doesn't have an infinite memory, but it does have a procedurally generated world that's, I think, 1 million tiles across or something like that, which is as good as infinite for all practical purposes. Squid Coder says, why can't I redeem flower again? So you did redeem flower of the day, didn't you? Let me just scroll back. Yes, you did. You redeemed flower of the day and got a common cat's ear. So flower of the day is once per day or once per stream. So it's a fun way of seeing how many streams everyone has been to, at least how many have they been to where they pressed the button. So you can press it as many times as you like, but you won't get any more flowers because it's supposed to be once per stream. Right. Do we have enough steel now? Is that the first question? Oh no! Why is there coal on the steel belt? Why is there coal on the steel belt? Panic! Panic! Everybody panic! Gertrude oh no in chat. Why is the steel belt full of coal? This is what last stream was full of. How has this happened? Where is that coal coming from? Oh, it's coming from here. Why is this not making any steel? Why is it only... What's going on? Okay, I'm confused. Oh, I literally didn't put a splitter in here to put coal on the belt, that's why. Also, I never put the iron in. Look, don't trust Emma to make a factory, okay? She's clearly no good at it. T-Paco says, I don't think we're building a rocket today. Not if it continues like this, we're not. Oh, because this is a mixed belt. So yeah, this is a mixed belt. So there's supposed to be coal on it, but what I'm supposed to have is one of these. When I copy and pasted the steel, when I drew the box to copy, I obviously missed this splitter. This splitter is very important. This splitter is what stops coal going on the belt, because it has a filter that says steel only. Hello there, ex-tortilla. She used to be a tortilla. Now she isn't. She is an ex-tortilla. Hello there, I hope you're having a good weekend. Thank you for redeeming your flower today. Harry says, for some reason, at least for me, the buy menu on mobile shows that you can redeem limited stuff multiple times, but when you confirm the redeem, it then tells you the redemption limit has been reached. Yes, that is correct. If you're viewing Twitch on desktop, then any time-limited redemptions will be greyed out, so you can't even press the button. On the Twitch mobile app, you will be able to press the button, but it won't give you the reward. This is one of many ways in which the Twitch mobile app is lacking, sadly. They don't really put as much effort into it as they perhaps should. Okay, I can confirm we are no longer polluting the belt with coal. Leia says happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you too, Leia. We are having a mild panic with Factorio here because we put the wrong things on the wrong belts, but it should all be sorted soon. LT Bago says best tortilla. And LT Bago is correct to say that. Leia is without a doubt the best tortilla that I know. He is also the only tortilla I know, but we don't need to mention that part. I'm just going to walk around my factory picking up items that are in the wrong place because I messed up. Now my inventory's full. The bots will need to go and put these items somewhere else. Fortunately, I think we caught it before too much damage was done. There's a coal on the stone belt as well. Okay, I think that was just a one-off. I accidentally hooked up a miner that crossed both the coal and the stone patches. A mistake. Leia says best Olympian to T-Bago, and says thanks friend to me. It is no problem. Good Coder says got me money, let's go. Eventually I'll need to grab a real check. Bago says Nessie's going to be mad. I got a second cute Game Boy hype emote. Yes, if you participate in a hype train right now, those are two of the emotes you can earn. They both appear to be Game Boys displaying cute faces. Nespa is a mutual streamer friend of ours and is very disappointed that she hasn't got any of them yet, but maybe soon she will. Okay, I think I have repaired the damage done by that. Accidental contamination of the steel belt. Oh no, I haven't. There's more here. Silly Emma. Liari, best penguin, welcome in. Thank you for redeeming your flower today. Tree of the day. Seems to be the bot's giving out a lot of trees today, which is nice. I have far too much stuff now to organise properly at some point. Leia says I don't have any of them yet either. Yeah, that's what the nothing redeemed looks like now. It just says redeemed 03. Which it makes it look like you redeemed 3 leaves. Like it's as if it should be giving you 3 channel points because my points are leaves. A bit confusing. Oh well. Can't imagine Twitch will ban me for it, so it's all good. Squid Coder says use the redeem to spell things backwards that you only read when redeemed. I don't think that's possible. I mean, I could make my bot say something when the redeem happens, but if I used a right to left character and then something else, then the something else would be backwards in the channel point description as well as in the redeem message. The only thing that's turned around that's not supposed to be is the cost of the redeem. Okay, I'm going to queue up some more stuff I don't need just to have stuff to be researching while we work on our factory. Once we're not desperately short of any resources, we can start building the rocket parts. Does look like we're very low on copper though. Elfie, welcome in. Thank you so much for redeeming your flower today. The winter aconite. Can I grab this? I have this awkward little area here where it's difficult to mine anything without mining both ores. I think we might actually have space for a splitter now. So I'm going to plonk this on top of the patch that gives both types of ore. And then I will make a filter. So coal needs to go to the right. Anything that isn't coal goes to the left. And then we can finally get rid of this awkward bit in the middle. Going. This is the remains of our starting iron patch. There's not a lot left. Right, why did we have no copper? Oh, we've got copper again. Oh, I think it was just the train was... Have we got 2 copper trains or just 1? Oh, we've only got 1 copper train. Yeah, there's a delay while the train goes and gets the copper. I think it might be a good idea to have 2 copper trains. One can be at the loading. Like we have with iron, we have 1 train loading and 1 train unloading. Let me make a second copper train then. Okay, I don't have any engines. Can I request engines here? Oh, good, but we've only got 6. Let me actually... Yeah, that's a good point. I built these little chests here as buffers for the stuff we would need. Back when I first started the base. If I upgrade these to logistic chests, then I can have it bring me these ingredients automatically. Then I can put one on engines as well. Engines are annoying because you can't make engines. You can't handcraft engines. You can only construct them in the machine. It's convenient that the belts also act as buffers, says Ren. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're quite large buffers, depending on how long the belts are in this game. Hello, Birdsky! Birdsky, thank you so much for redeeming your flower of the day. I hope you are well. Let me give a quick shout out to our bestest friend, Birdsky, who is an amazing streamer. The streams always start off with a crossword and then she does some games after that. She is in Canada, so streams quite late our time for as in UK and Europe. But if you're in North America or you are around later in the day, I can thoroughly recommend Birdsky. Birdsky redeemed drink water and show outfit. Okay, we shall do those things. Harry redeemed blowhigh. Okay, we're doing... we're pressing literally every button that we can press today. You should really give St. John back his wort. Don't worry, he's got plenty of it. There's about 10 different native species of St. John's wort. Verdsky says, I'm just here to bask in your loveliness. Okay, that's a phrase I haven't heard before. I didn't realise it was contagious. St. John's wort actually has medicinal uses, so... it is, if anything, the opposite of contagious. I think it's still sold as like a herbal remedy. But it was traditionally used for that reason. Okay, my outfit today is this dress. It is not a spinny one, I am afraid, but it is still cosy. And blowhigh is... Give me 1 second here. This is blowhigh. He is soft and cuddly. And we love him. Boop. Verdsky says, I do see with St. John's wort on many labels. Well, there we go. Now you know. Leia says, I love the little penguin on your shelf. Yes, we have a variety of plushies on our plushie shelf. We have no less than 3 swans. We have the big octopus, which is from IKEA, like the blowhigh. We have Egg Potato Man from Monsters Expedition. And we have Pebbles the penguin. The collection will be extended soon. I do have Madeline from Celeste arriving in plushie form. Although the game came out many years ago, they only recently released an official plushie for it. Literally like 2 months ago. But it's not available in Europe for whatever reason. They've released merch in Europe, but not the plushie. So I had to get it from America for considerable expense, but I think it's worth having. But also it's not going to be here till like next month, maybe even February, I don't know. But as soon as it's here, it will take its place on the shelf. Verdsky says, I do love that dress on you, even if it's not a spinny one, it's charming. Yeah, sometimes I have one of those stretchy belts with it. Today I don't, mostly because I've just eaten. Elfie says, really love your dress. And Leia says, skinny dresses are best for summer anyway. Well, this is a skinny dress. But maybe you meant to say spinny dress. Spinny and skinny. I like spinny dresses and spinny skirts at all time of year. This is the problem with being trans. You end up with a spinny addiction that cannot be cured. But thank you for your kind words. Versky says, are any of those swans signets? No. So signets, hang on, let me put the blowhigh out of the way a moment. Signets are much smaller. They look a little bit like that one. If it's their first year and they're sort of, I guess, juveniles, like teenagers, equivalent of swans. They haven't got their white feathers yet, but they're adult size. They'll still be grey, so they'll look a bit like the grey one. However, it's not supposed to be a signet. Like the white swan is supposed to be a mute swan, and the black swan is a black swan. Those are both species of swan that exist. The grey swan was brought from the Bowes Museum in Barnard Castle, which has as one of its exhibits an animatronic silver swan. It's funny because the animatronic, when it runs, the swan eats a fish. All species of swan are vegetarian, so somebody went to great lengths to create this incredibly ornate, valuable animatronic swan that doesn't do what swans do. Tibago says St. John's wort is a mild antidepressant, although it is a little problematic with drug interactions. Yes, obviously it was a traditional herbal remedy in the days before problematic drug interactions were a thing that anyone knew about. Verdsky says, the spinny affliction is felt by all dress, skirt and kilt wearers. It is a lifelong enjoyment and everyone deserves spinnies. Yes, absolutely. I do not mean to imply that spinnies are something that only trans people can enjoy. It's a bit like blowhigh. Blowhigh can be enjoyed by everyone too, but there's definitely a correlation between gender identity and blowhigh ownership. Hello Mudstuff, welcome in. Thank you so much for redeeming your flower of the day. I hope you are well. Let's continue with our factorioing here. Now that we are once again equipped with blowhigh. I was going to make another copper train, and then I was going to put down logistic chests so that, there we go, so now the bots can bring me 50 engines. This logistic chest over here is complaining that it's out of range of the roboports, so I need to put another roboport down. I haven't automated roboports yet. They're very expensive. They take like 45 advanced circuits, 45 steel, and 45 gears. But really, you want to cover your whole base in roboports so that wherever you are, the robots can come and find you. So that's what I'm going to do. Put one there. I think we'll actually put one down here as well. So that if I go to the oil area, I'm not out of roboport range. So let's here. And one down here. There. Show it as well. Altibago says, it is usually advised not to spin too vigorously in a kilt, especially for men. Not if you haven't got shorts underneath, no. But then that's equally true of skirts for women if they're short. Tobacco. Birdsky says, I get the good spinnies when my boyfriend wears his kilt, but they are typically in the privacy of our home. Yes. Leia says, I went to a Catholic school and we wore uniforms including a kilt. Can maintain this is important info. Being that my husband and I are both of Scottish heritage, he and his groomsmen wore kilts at our wedding. Yes, that's the usual place that you see men in kilts, is people who are not Scottish but have some Scottish heritage at weddings. They are not typically worn in Scotland these days, unless you're doing something traditional like the Highland Games or something. More power poles than we need in this area now. Right, we should have enough engines to build another copper train. And while the first copper train isn't here, we can set it up. Yes, says Leia. So this is going to work exactly the same as the existing one. Go to copper and wait till full. Then go to unload copper and wait till empty. Do and do and do. Okay. That should hopefully bring us a bit more copper because we are short of it at the moment. There's a concern about the kilt wearing an open bar. Thankfully everyone behaved themselves. That's just as well done. Ren says, Ancestry DNA estimates I am 16% Scottish. Yes. I am English as far back as anybody cares to trace. Obviously, various migrations, if you go back 1,000, 2,000 years. Native British people are mostly Anglo-Saxon, maybe a bit Viking, maybe even a bit Roman, and a bit Celtic. The Celts were here first, but you know, it's all so long ago that it doesn't really have any bearing on anything. Everything's been so thoroughly mixed. My surname is actually not French, but Norman. It comes from what is now called Brittany, which is a region of France, which is also where the name Britain for the country comes from, because it was conquered by the Normans almost 1,000 years ago. But my surname is just one branch of a very, very large tree. So didn't put any stock in what that means. Yes, if you trace back as far as written records go, all you find is various generations of quite poor families working as coal miners and such things, up until the 20th century. And they are specifically my family are specifically from the Midlands on both sides. They're not local to the southwest, but the Midlands is not a distinct ethnic group, because it's everything is so mixed up that doesn't really mean anything. Beyond any misplaced nationalism that might occur. Debago says dad's side is Welsh as far back as records go, mum's side is Irish, but it's best we don't talk about that. Fair enough. Leia says I'm 65% Irish, which is crazy because I'm 7th generation Canadian. Just a lot of Irish folks finding Irish folks across the pond. Versky says Breton heritage is still fairly passionately maintained, is it not? No, Versky, I need to clarify. Maybe things are different in Canada. The mixing of Anglo-Saxons with Celts and Bretons literally happened 2,000 to 3,000 years ago. It's it's so thoroughly mixed that you can't tell the difference anymore. They don't exist as distinct groups of people. There is a correlation of, as you go out towards Wales and Cornwall and Scotland, because when the Anglo-Saxons settled, they pushed the Celts out to the western edges. So there is a measurable genetic difference there, but it's all still so mixed up that it's irrelevant. And then the Romans came, and then the Normans came, and anyone who says they're Breton or they're Viking or they're pure Celtic, they're not. Okay, they're just not. No matter what their online genetic testing might say. It says, I have a little bit of Welsh too. I desperately want to visit. It looks so dreamy and fairy tale like. I mean, Wales is a place like any other. It has some dismal industrial areas, and it has some spectacular scenic countryside. I have been to several parts of Wales. I have been to Pembrokeshire. In particular, I've been to the Isle of Skomer to see the puffins that nest there, which is really spectacular. I have been to the Lurklin Peninsula, and I have been to Snowdonia, although you're not allowed to call it that anymore. And I've been on the west coast, between the two, in the middle. And I've also poodled around central Wales on various footpaths quite a bit. There is absolutely nothing there of any interest, to be honest. I've been to the Forest of Dean, which is like almost Wales, a couple of times. I never been to the Brecon Beacons, which are some of the most spectacular part of Wales. I mean, I would, if you're visiting the UK, I would definitely recommend including Wales. Don't be like the American tourists that go to London, Stratford upon Avon, and then conclude that they've seen all the UK has to offer. That's for sure. Odd Stuff says, lots of Irish heritage in my family too, but I was born in beautiful Birmingham. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Birmingham. Okay, I take that back. There are things wrong with Birmingham, but that's not necessarily Birmingham's fault. Squeako says, I'm finally home and going to remember everything I was to do. Love ADHD. Yeah, it's a thing. T-Banger, yeah, really good. Depends where you go in Wales, but yes, some of Wales is like that. spot with the sand exfoliating wind. That was in Lancashire. No, I mean, well, I mean, any coastal, anywhere on the coast has sand exfoliating wind, given the right weather conditions. I mean, so does Florida, more often than Wales at that. Leia says 65% Irish, 20% Scottish, 10% English, and Northwestern Europe, 5% Welsh. So yeah, notice how even in Leia's breakdown, English and Northwestern Europe all gets lumped together. You really can't separate the Anglo-Saxons who stayed in Northern Europe from the Anglo-Saxons who migrated to Britain. They're not separable. Versky says there is still a modern ethnic group who identifies Breton in Brittany who have a specific language. Also Breton, they have some language/cultural protections. I was reading about it as I tried to learn more about this desert. Yes, so yeah, there is a Breton culture in Brittany, yes, but a significant number of Bretons moved to Britain, like enough that it got renamed after them. And you know, they haven't preserved the Breton culture. We have a completely different culture in the UK. So yes, there is an area that has Breton culture, but that's not the same thing as saying Bretons are still a distinct ethnicity. They've mixed with everything else. We're talking about thousands and thousands of years. It's not a separate thing anymore. Ren says 62% England and Northern Europe, 16% Scotland, 15% Ireland, 2% Norway, 2% Netherlands, 2% Cornwall. Yeah, I don't put too much stock in quoting someone's ethnicity down to the 2% either, but someone somewhere in your family is Norwegian then. But probably centuries ago if it's 2%. Tibango said we had 65 mile per hour wind today, but it didn't go out for us. Yeah, it was windy here. It wasn't anywhere near that windy though. I guess you had it worse this time. Leia said it's minus 25 with the wind chill here today. Maybe it's cold outside. Well, that's what happens when you live in Canada. Here in southern England, I'm on the same latitude as Canada, but we get the Gulf Stream, so it's warmer. If climate change ever messes with the ocean currents and disrupts the Gulf Stream, then the UK is set to get a lot colder, which is actually something that's theorised could happen. If the Greenland ice cap melts, then the influx of water could push the Gulf Stream south. Who knows if that will ever happen, though. Leia says, to Ren, sounds like Micro Sprinkler Viking. Yeah, this is the thing. Everyone has a Sprinkler Viking because there's been, 1,200, 1,400 years for those genes to propagate. It's like how every European is descended from Genghis Khan or Alexander the Great or whatever people choose to quote. It's a numbers game. Every generation back you have twice as many ancestors until you have the entire world population in 500 BC is actually your ancestor. Ferdsky says, minus 10 here in Montreal today. There's a nice thin frost over everything with crisp blue skies. Leia says, we have wild extremes here. We have feels like 40 plus with humidity in the summer and feels like minus 40 with wind chill in the winter. We are very versatile folks. We can adapt to all kinds of weather. Yeah, I am quite thankful. There's not many things I'm thankful to live in the UK for, but one of them is our comparatively mild weather. It doesn't get much below freezing here, like below about minus 5 or minus 6 is rare, and it gets into the 30s on a few days in summer, but above that is rare. I mean, again, it used to be rare. Climate change, we don't really know what the new normal is in terms of temperature. It hit 40 a couple of years ago, but it had never done that before in the UK. So a much smaller temperature range than most other parts of the world. sort of average daily high of about 5 in midwinter, up to about 20 in summer. So. Leia says, I had a friend from Australia visit a few years ago in the summer, and she was like, what the hell is going on? It's hotter here than home. What happened to the postcards with the polar bears? I mean, first of all, Canada is a very big place, and pretty much the entire population is on a little thin strip on the southern edge, and the polar bears are up north. And secondly, winter. The postcards with the polar bears are taken in winter. Maybe your Australian friend was confused because winter is the opposite time of year down there. Tibago says, being a mod and having to set an example, I'm not going to make the old if anybody doesn't have any Welsh in them I can help with that joke, except that you did just make it. We like to keep Emma Stream a wholesome place because, in my opinion, there are not enough wholesome places on the internet. And, Emma is asexual, so it really does not... I don't make sexual jokes because they don't even occur to me to be a thing that you could make, because my brain doesn't work that way. So... I'm not saying you can't, I'm just saying it's missing the point of Emma Stream, I think. Your restraint is admirable, says Ren. Leia says, she kept going on about celebrating Christmas on the beach, and my brain was trying to reconcile such opposing ideas. Yeah, no, that's not because their winter is hot, it's because their summer is in December. I'm just going to take a very quick break. But I mean, I'll leave my factory here so you can watch it running. I'll be back in just a sec. Sorry about that, we are back. Chat is going mad with Wiggles, I see. Vertsky says, my boyfriend is Aussie, so we've had a lot of Aussie visitors, but back when we lived in Vancouver, we'd take them out to the mountains and such to make sure they encountered the weather, and once to the Yukon for some Northern Lights sightings. We learned they were on an 11-year cycle of brightness at that time. We did actually, well, I didn't, unfortunately, but many of my fellow UK people did see the Northern Lights here recently, which is actually pretty rare. They don't usually come this far. Northern England got them, Southwest England didn't really get them. But Harry had a good picture of them, which he posted on Discord. I mean, not quite as spectacular as what they get like inside the Arctic Circle, but the sky turned a pretty colour, which is something. Altibago says Emma's back on Wiggle. I mean, you can wiggle if you want. I'm not going to stop you. Okay. I think we've more or less solved our resource issues with the factory now. So I'm going to start work on building the spaceship. The important thing we need is the rocket silo. 1,000 steel plates, 200 processing units, 200 electric engine units, 100 pipes, and 1,000 concrete. Yeah, these things are pretty expensive. The good news is we only need one. Let me start by gathering 1,000 steel. I'm going to have to clear out my inventory just to have room to hold all the ingredients for this. Okay. How are we doing? Almost there. Okay, we have the steel. Processing units, aka blue circuits. Over here. That's no problem. Yeah, I don't think we actually have enough of those on the belts. They might have all been eaten by our machines. Let's see if there's some at the end here. Ah, no, because they're used in modules, they've all been eaten. I'm going to disconnect the factory from the blue circuits temporarily so that we can build up enough for the rocket silo. There we go. What else do we need? 200 electric engine units. Should have enough of them because we're making them for robot. No, that's only 120. Okay, let's disconnect these as well. Alright, yeah, this is what happens to robots if they run out of power. See how they're sort of limping back to the roboport really slowly. Can happen if you have too many robots and not enough charging ports for them. And then 1,000 concrete. I think we do actually have 1,000 concrete because we set up a concrete factory and then just left it running. Harry has stopped wiggling and started spinning instead. Which is fine by me. Okay, where did we put our concrete factory? It was over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, just look for the huge blob of concrete on the floor, and that's where it will be. Do we have 1,000? Yes, we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm full again. Fortunately, I can just give things to the bots to take away, and he kind of solved my problem for me. Right, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're getting there. Vigo says, robot just like me when I run out of spoons and I'm trying to make it to my bed. Yeah, I know the feeling. Not Clippy. It looks like you're trying to make a rocket silo, says Red. We are indeed. I might make an exoskeleton as well. Exoskeleton is a thing that... No. Robots are doing this again. Logistic filter. Don't put things in here. Exoskeleton is the thing that increases your movement speed. I think will be a helpful thing to have. Okay, 176. You. 183. Okay, we're almost there. We've got more blue. Okay. 182. 184. Do I have the... Oh, I don't have the faster assemblers. Like, we could upgrade the these to be faster. Or I could build more. I mean, I could just build more. The problem is, as I mentioned before, these literally use 20 electric circuits each. So we would have to produce more circuits, more green circuits, to be able to produce more blue circuits. 192. Right, 8 more. And then we're done. That doesn't mean we can actually build the rocket, because there's some other things we need to make, like rocket fuel. But we at least get to place the silo that the rocket goes in. $200. 200. Then it takes 30 seconds to actually craft it. I think I think you use low density structures to make the rocket. What did we do with the low density structures? Because I know we had some. Yeah, they're here. Let me just remind myself how you make a rocket. Rocket part. Yeah, processing units, low density structures, and rocket fuel are the things you need to make the rocket. We have 2 out of 3 of those right here, but currently we're only using low density structures to make yellow science. We need to split some off. We also need some blue circuits. Already taking blue circuits to the end of the factory though. Bring these as well. Yeah, we don't actually need these other ingredients any further down the factory. We might as well deconstruct these belts. The items we don't need. Not sure why I bothered bringing stone all this way. We definitely don't need that. Oops, did not mean to deconstruct this belt. That one is kind of important. Actually, this can just be a... don't deconstruct that pipe. Yeah, stone we actually only needed for rails, which is here. We could have cut that belt off there. Oh well. Our robots can go crazy for a bit. Oh, I told it to deconstruct a cliff. Robots are smart. If you tell them to deconstruct a cliff, they will grab some cliff explosives and explode it themselves. Except I don't have any. Don't need this one. This is completely unnecessary. I'm just trying to make my factory nice and neat. Only bringing the things we actually need. Iron we need to take as far as here. For military science. Circuits and green circuits only need to come to here. Only blue circuits need to go further. And steel is only needed up to here. Okay, well that gives our robots something to think about. How he coded the bots, says Izzy. They won't know because they use explosives to blow up cliffs, but if you ask them to deconstruct trees, they just come and grab the wood and take them away. They don't use any explosives at all. So, yeah. If Howie had coded the bots, then everything they did would involve explosions. Anyway, here are 2 out of the 3 rocket ingredients. The third ingredient is rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is made out of solid fuel and light oil. Solid fuel is made out of either petroleum gas or light oil or heavy oil. You have a choice, which is an interesting system because you can turn heavy oil into light oil and you can turn light oil into petroleum gas. So you might think, why would you want to make solid fuel out of one or the other? Making it out of petroleum gas requires 20 petroleum gas for each solid fuel. Making it out of heavy oil requires 20 heavy oil for each solid fuel. But making it out of light oil only requires 10 light oil. So it's most efficient to make solid fuel from light oil, which means you probably do want to turn heavy oil to light oil. You probably don't want to turn light oil to petroleum gas. So it's all a bit complicated. But that happens in the chemical plant, so I shall build it down here with my chemical plant stuff. And then I will bring solid fuel up here. I'll also need to bring light oil up here in a pipe. Once I've done that, we can make some rocket fuel. I'll just lay out some belts ready. So, a pipe here. And the solid fuel will come on this belt. Build another roboport as well, because we're going to be out of range of them. Rocket fuel will come out on this belt, and then we will have the 3 things that we actually need to build the rocket with. Which we will bring over here. And then here's the rocket silo. It's quite big. Biggest building in the game. Which I shall put there. We need to insert the various ingredients. So you need 10 of each ingredient to make 1 rocket part. And you need 100 rocket parts to make a rocket. There are also, much like the assembling machines, there are module slots in the rocket silo. Since rockets are so expensive, it's a good idea to use productivity modules in the rocket silo. Productivity modules effectively give you ingredients for free. So if I were to put productivity module, for example, in this science assembler, every so often I would get an extra science pack for free. So this will give me extra rocket parts for free. Just need 4 of them. These make the machine run slower and also take more power. However, I don't mind. We only need to run it for long enough to launch a rocket and then we're done. And we're not going to be able to keep up. Like, you see how fast I'm producing blue circuits. We're not going to be able to supply this at full speed anyway, so it doesn't matter that it runs slower. The advantage to setting up solid fuel is, as well as using it to make rocket fuel, you can also use it as an alternative to coal for power production. So if we're running low on coal, which we are, we can... whoops, right. If we're running low on coal, we can feed in some solid fuel if we want to, if we have some spare. Do I have any chemical plants? No, I never automated chemical plants, so I have to actually build them. Rocket, says Squid Coder. Indeed. Soon, anyway. And by soon, I mean hopefully before the end of this stream. Another roboport here, so that the robots can come and find me on here. Here's my cliff explosives. If I've run out of stuff, but if I build one more roboport, I can probably hook up the cliff explosives to the robot network, and then they can actually use them. I'm going to put the solid fuel down here. We're going to make solid fuel out of light oil because that's the most efficient. We need light oil, which is this pipe. We also need to make sure we don't waste all our light oil making petroleum gas if we need solid fuel. Not quite sure how we're going to do that yet. That should, yeah, that's now running. And solid fuel is going to come out. We need to actually power everything. Bring this back up to the rest of the factory. Yeah, at the moment we're not short of coal for coal power, but we're a bit short of coal for other things on account of us sending all the coal, prioritising power, which means we're short of coal for military science and stuff like that. So maybe we will change this to prioritise sending coal to military science, because that does need coal. And coal for Oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, because we can fuel the trains off of solid fuel as well. But what we can't do is make plastic out of solid fuel. That does need coal. We actually need two belts here. We need a belt that's just coal, and we need a belt that's fuel of some kind, whichever fuel we decide to use. So let me see if I can get that working. I'm just going to split it evenly here. And the belt on the right here is specifically coal. So coal goes that way. Oops. Then here we will split off some solid fuel to come through here. And join our coal. So both power production and train refueling will work off of this belt, which will be able to have both coal and solid fuel, but it will prioritize the solid fuel because we need the coal for other things. Okay, hopefully that made sense to somebody. So this belt is now a mixture of anything that can be used as fuel. This belt is just coal. The rest of the solid fuel needs to go to the rocket fuel production. I can figure out a way of getting it there. We are running out of space stuff in our factory. Despite having infinite space available to us. Where? I need to find a row on here that I haven't already used for something else. I think I can sneak it between engines and steel. This row. Just about fit everything in. Whoops, yeah, don't do anything really there. Need to do all this stuff. Need to not go in there. All there. All there. I probably should have built this nearer the start of the bus rather than right at the end, but because it's only needed for the rocket, you naturally build it at the end. Oh, we don't need gears here either. Why did I build gears all the way out here? You only need gears as far as the assembling machines. Oh. Okay, should be some solid fuel along in just a moment. We feed into our fuel. I'm trying to stay consistent by every time I cross over two belts on this bus, I'm trying to have the horizontal belt have an underground and not the vertical belt. Either would work, but this just looks a bit cleaner, I think. So that's half the problem. The other half is getting the solid, getting the light oil over. Have we got space for a pipe? We have just barely got space for a pipe. Okay. Make sure I get this lined up correctly. Should be able to put one here. If we demolish a few cliffs and or trees, at least. And also rock. I'm so glad you can build things through the map. Well, you can't build things through the map, but you can instruct robots to build things. It makes it a lot easier to line up large builds. Okay. Pipe. We just need to build this all the way back to the oil processing area. And we might have to put something in to... I can't be bothered to get more cliff explosives, which can do that. We might have to put something in to make sure that we have enough light oil for the solid fuel, and we didn't waste it all making petroleum. This posse of bots following me around, frantically trying to give me more belts to replace the ones I used. Oh, this again. Yeah, if a belt's too long, you have to put a pump on it, otherwise it doesn't work. This was something they only added in 2.0, it didn't used to be a thing. So, there. No, that's still too long. Here? No. Okay, here then, I guess. Okay, there it's happening. Steal some power from the smelting. Right, we've got to get light oil through the junction of doom. This is where everything in my factory comes together and it's all just a huge mess. Sure, there's a better way to design it, but I'm not redoing it at this stage of the game. Where is my light oil? Light oil is here. Oh, just built another belt there, haven't I? Okay, let's bring light oil over to here. Thank you so much for the follow. Anonymous follows on, but that is very much appreciated. Enjoying the Factorio? Okay, just need to get the pipe from here to here. How hard can it be? Ah, oh, right. This needs to connect to this. That's all right then. We can just. Eh. Not pretty, but it works. We have light oil going to our rocket fuel. Yeah, as I suspected, we don't actually have any reserve of light oil in our tank. Means we need more of it. And I think the easiest way to have more light oil is stop turning it into petroleum So I'm gonna temporarily turn off these machines. If we run out of petroleum, we might have to do something else. But for now, that should give us more light oil. Although still maybe not enough. Oh no, okay, the number in the tank is very slowly increasing, I think. We'll come back later and see how that's doing. How is our mixture of coal and solid fuel doing? Probably do with more solid fuel, but I suspect... yeah, oh no, never mind, yeah. See our petroleum gas reserve, we have an almost full tank of it. We don't have any of these, so we didn't need to make any more of this. I am thinking we could make some more. We have a reserve of crude oil as well, so we can make some more stuff with the oil refinery. Which will give us more of every type of oil product. Just need to copy this. Are in Roboport range, so the robots should make this for us. Oh, I didn't copy the water pipe. It was a mistake. Would help. I'm going to queue up some more. There is an achievement for researching every technology, so I intend to research all of them, even the ones we don't strictly need. Let's research worker robot cargo size and worker robot speed first, because those are actually going to be helpful for us. Anything else that would be helpful? I suppose, yeah, uranium, we haven't done the whole sort of side tree of nuclear weapons yet, because you have to unlock uranium processing first. And to do that, you have to actually mine some uranium. We could maybe do that next. Yeah, let's go mine some uranium. What's the worst that could happen? Did we do it? Says Squid Coder. Depends what it is. We haven't launched the rocket yet. We have now hooked up everything we need to make a rocket, but we do still need to wait for it to actually construct. And also, our increasingly large robot army here is on the move. Our robots shall blot out the sun. Robots are still moaning about no cliff explosive. Never mind. Just gonna check that. The rocket fuel is actually okay. Yes, we have light oil now. We don't have inserters to put the solid fuel in. This is also quite a slow thing to manufacture. Yeah, that's all. This is the size of factory you need to beat the game in principle. Not necessarily the fastest way to beat it, but there's obviously no real limit to how big you can make your factory if you want to, if you have enough power and enough resources. Where was that uranium patch? It was, okay, just above the base. I think to unlock uranium processing, yeah, you literally just have to mine some uranium ore to unlock the process. which is up here. Harry, you'll be pleased to know, unlike Satisfactory, I can stand right in the middle of this uranium with no ill effects. It's a more realistic version of the game. In real life, standing in a uranium mine will not immediately kill you. Down some mining drills. And some what? Where's the nearest power? The nearest power is this pump. Will do. Okay. Missing required. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah. To mine uranium, you need to put sulfuric acid into the miner. I don't know if that has any bearing in reality. I'd forgotten about that part. Fortunately, we're already bringing sulfuric acid into the factory for other purposes, so I can just tap into this pipe here and bring that up. Good job. We already are using sulfuric acid. Where is that currently going? Oh yeah, you use it to make processing units as well. And there we go. Uranium has been mined. You can also hold it in your inventory with no ill effects. No yeah, exactly, T-Baggo. No unintentional superheroes here. So let's start stockpiling uranium. That has unlocked more technologies, including uranium ammo, nuclear fuel reprocessing, and atomic bombs are very expensive. It costs, you can't quite see because my face cam's in the way, it costs 5,000 of each science pack to unlock atomic bombs. For reference, unlocking the rocket silo to beat the game was only 1,000 of each science. And you didn't even need military science for that. So what I might do is let the game run in the background off stream just to research the 5,000 science. But then make some atomic bombs on stream. That's what I might do. But before we can even research the atomic bomb, we need to do uranium enrichment and military 4, which is like the next tier of military. Once we've done the robot speed, I'll queue up military 4 because that's quite cheap. There we go. In the meantime, we can have some uranium ready for when we need it. Now there is a sort of this is not required to beat the game. It is a post-game thing, but there is a 7th type of science pack called space science. Space science unlocks these researchers at the bottom here. These are the infinite science researchers. So, for example, this one, mining productivity. You see it requires this white science, the space science pack. 2,500 of each, which makes your mining drills slightly better. Once you research this, it unlocks mining productivity 5, which costs twice as much, and then mining productivity 6, which costs twice as much, and then 7 costs twice as much again. And so all of these ones that have like 1 to infinity in the corner, You can keep going forever on those, and those things like range and other things. Those things will all get slightly better, but it will double in cost each time, and eventually it will just become too expensive to ever finish. But in order to get space science, what you have to do is launch a rocket with a satellite on it. And the satellite goes into space, gathers the space science, and then it brings it back. And so to do that, you have to make satellites. Satellites are 100 processing units, 100 low-density structures, 50 rocket fuel, 100 solar panels, 100 accumulators, and 5 radars. This is also quite expensive item. Not as expensive as the rocket, and you only need 1 for each rocket you make. And then when you launch it, it brings you back 1,000 space science. So if you have something that costs 5,000 space science, then in addition to all the other science packs you need to craft, you also need to build and launch 5 rockets with 5 satellites in them to get that 5,000 space science. And that's really sort of the end game resource sink of how big can you make your factory, how much stuff can you throw into that. I might as well make at least one. Well, I'll need to make at least 1 satellite to unlock all the technologies. I have made 3 of the 6 ingredients already. I haven't made solar panels and accumulators. I mentioned them earlier as a potential power source. The reason I didn't make them as a power source is first of all, they only work in the daytime, but also they produce so little power. To power this factory on solar power, you'd need a solar power array about 3 times the size of the factory. Like, imagine this entire field here covered in solar panels. You'd need to build that many to power the factory, as opposed to like a coal power plant this size. But it's free. Like, it needs no fuel once you've built it. So I might set up solar panel and accumulator production just for the satellite, not for the rocket. Not for power use. Now then, accumulators need iron plates and batteries. Solar panels need copper, steel, and circuits. I have all those things available. Oh, some of the belts I deleted, I probably didn't need to delete then. It didn't occur to me I was going to be making these things. That's fine. So we need iron again. Oops, I don't want to drag the ground belts, I want to drag your belts. Sulfuric acid is used to extract ore in a process called heap leaching. Okay, so it is actually semi-realistic, the game requiring you to use sulfuric acid for uranium. That's interesting to know. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to build the satellite here, right next to the rocket. Because it has 6 ingredients, I'm going to have like 3 shared belts. So I'll have to have a belt here with 2 ingredients on, 2 belts here, each with 2 ingredients on, and a belt to take the finished satellite away. And then the satellite has to go into the silo, so that would look like that. We'd need short and long inserters on both sides of this. Power, obviously. Oh, and we're 2 hours into the stream. So, and then the accumulators and solar panels I'll build over here. Accumulators are iron plates and batteries. Where did I leave batteries? I definitely have batteries somewhere. Ubago says heap leaching is appropriate for this as it's used for oxide ore deposits which are typically found at surface level. Yes, all every every deposit in the game is surface level. You don't have to mine very deep. Debago, thank you for redeeming field madder as today's botany. I will get to that in just a sec. Let me just find where batteries are before I forget. Oh, here they are. Okay, batteries are coming from here. I'm going to ignore this cliff. If I ignore it, it might go away. Take out our frustration on some trees. Whoops, I accidentally damaged my oil pipe. Nobody saw that. Riddance, trees. What has this game done to me? I used to like plants. I still do like plants, just not in this game. I'll do up my own belts. Silly Emma. Okay, there's iron and batteries making accumulators, and then feeding the accumulators into satellites. That inserter is the wrong way around. Okay, we'll let that run for a bit while we have a quick break. Just this game. I think this game has. I haven't been so flippant towards trees in any previous game. I'm gonna have to go back and play a bit more Terra Nil to make up for this. Okay. We've been going for 2 hours. We're about halfway through the stream. We usually have a quick break. If anybody has been watching that whole time, maybe get up, stretch, move around a bit, have a sip of water. When I'm not playing video games on the internet, I am a botanist in real life, and I like to share that with my viewers by talking about a plant for a bit when requested, and Divago today has requested field madder. But he also requested some stretches. Ooh. Ow. Squid Coder says, what if I extended I like rockets? You mean what if you extended the stream? Well, I am still hoping to launch the rocket within the normal time of the stream today. You can extend it if you want. I am not at work tomorrow or Tuesday, and obviously not Wednesday or Thursday, but I'll be with family then. So I don't have to finish on time today. However, many of my UK-based viewers may be at work tomorrow or Tuesday and therefore need to leave, such as our friend Harry. So I wouldn't want him to miss anything. Ooh. What's that emote, Harry? Oh, sleep chat. Yes. Harry, if you have to go to bed, there will be a VOD. I won't be offended. Ooh. I would like to start my Sunday streams even earlier. It's I'll see what I can do in the new year, but this week and next week it'll be normal time. Okay, I think that's enough stretching. Field madder. I don't know what it's so mad about. Madder than what? Madder than field mildly annoyed, which is a related plant, perhaps. I don't know. Bagger usually tells us the etymology of plant names. So field madder. It's one of those plants that's easy to overlook because it's very small, grows close to the ground in like bits of gravel and waste patches and stuff, and so unless you're a botanist, you don't even really perceive it to be there. It just looks like a bit of some generic sort of weed. But if you look closely at the flowers, yeah, actually quite pretty. This is a good picture. So it forms like mats of leaves. So you'll see one big plant and then another big plant somewhere else. And then these tiny, tiny little four-petaled white flowers. Let me see what the book has to say about it. It is in the other book. Here we go. No, Teabagger, other book is not best book. Second book is best book. This is worst book. Field madder. An annual herb of base and nutrient intermediate soils, of open, droughted grasslands, sheltered cliffs, sand dunes, arable fields, waste ground, waysides, banks, verges, and close-mown garden lawns. So yeah, the fact that it forms these close to the ground mats means it's more tolerant of mowing than some other plants. Things like daisy, greater plantain, things where the leaves lie very flat to the ground, rather than a plant where all the leaves are higher up on a stalk, which are then completely decapitated by mowing, versus ones that are pressed down to the ground. It experienced substantial decline in the latter half of the 20th century, primarily through agricultural intensification, whilst remaining locally common in some areas. It is no more than a rare casual over parts of its range. It may well be native only in some western coastal habitats and an archaeophyte elsewhere. So, yeah, this is another one where botanists like to debate about its status. Is it truly native to this country, or did it arrive thousands of years ago with prehistoric humans? And it's often difficult to tell. You see it a reasonable amount in Somerset. Let me have a look at the distribution map. I'm curious how common it is relative in Somerset relative to the rest of the country. Hello, DKW Daft, who says, hi, wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and LT Bagger got my blue Aubrey badge and a very funny letter with it. Merry Christmas to you too, DKW. Hope you have a good week. You've just caught us during the botany segment. Just looking up where you can find field madder, which is the plant on your screen right now. So yeah, this is one of those where it used to grow everywhere and then it declined because of agriculture. So if you look at the distribution on a large scale, this is showing 10 by 10 square kilometers. So this is which 10 by 10 kilometer squares it grows in, and the answer is most of them. But then if you drill down and look, okay, which 1 by 1 kilometer squares does it actually grow in? Suddenly it's a lot fewer of them. Having said that, yeah, here we go. Here's the distribution in Somerset. It is relatively common here. And then there's a few other spots like Kent and Cornwall seem to be, and the Isle of Wight seem to have a lot of it. And then there's other areas like Central Wales, which you might think would be a spared the worst of agricultural improvement, where it's not growing. So yeah, and then further north there's hardly any of it. So an interesting distribution. I don't really know. Usually I can point to things like the chalk ridges as an explanation of why it's growing in a certain area, but this seems harder to explain. This little line here is the southern edge of the Mendips. We actually saw this line yesterday with common rock rose, which also prefers south-facing slopes, so that makes sense. But yeah, no idea why it grows where it does. I'm glad that I live in an area that has it. Okay, LT Bagger is suggesting that madder comes from Old English madder and Old Norse mathra, meaning dye plant. Although this madder isn't the madder typically used in dye. No, it's one of a whole family of plants called something madder in their common name. This one, field madder. Hello, Auburn. Welcome in. Thank you for redeeming. Ooh, Heath Spotted Orchid as your flower of the day. Auburn getting the fancy rare orchids as a redeem. I hope you're well. You're just in time to see us looking at a picture of field madder. And then we'll be going back to Factorio. I'll just put these books back. Ooh. There we go. By the way, I don't know if anyone's noticed my lighting today. It finally occurred to me that I could put different lights to different colours. So I have pink on one side and blue on the other side. It's a bit of a fuss to set up because if I use the remote, it changes all of them. So I have to switch two of them off, change the colour of the other two, and then switch them back on. But it can be done. So I suppose, actually, yeah, the redeem now... I don't know if I want to put it as an option on the redeem, because it's a bit awkward. But in theory, somebody could redeem two different colours and I could do it. Harry gets why I chose as pink and blue. But yeah, in theory, it could be any two colours. Right, we're going to continue with Factorio now. Hopefully, my factory has been doing something while I've been away. Looks like we are building accumulators. We have built 50 of them so far, which is half what we need. And I was also going to set up solar panels. Solar panels are copper, steel, and circuits. So that's 3 ingredients. So we need, even if they share a belt, we need to do that. We can probably have these share a belt, like that. Go. Now we just need to get copper, steel, and circuits into this machine. Altibago says, because I have 3 types of lights In my PC, I could set all three to different colours, but it would be a real faff. Yes, I actually have... I have 4. Yeah, I have 4, and they all have different software to control them, and there doesn't seem to be any way to synchronize it. Like, I can't change the color scheme from one thing to another thing without opening 4 different bits of software, which is annoying. So I just have everything set to purple, because of course I do. Because yeah, the RAM, the CPU cooler, the fans, and the graphics card all have RGB lighting, all with their own software. Harry has seen it, and I don't, because I currently keep my PC under my desk. I'm not really, I don't see the, yeah. I would be able to see a purple glow coming from it, but that's kind of offset by the pink and blue glows coming from my stream lighting. Altibanco says I don't even have RGB RAM. I mean, it is kind of pointless, but I think it was like the same price on when I got it as the non-RGB RAM. So I was like, well, might as well get that one then. But I can change everything except CPU core and remote. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I don't have a remote to change any of mine. You have to actually do it through software. Right, let's go fetch copper, steel, and green circuits. Green circuits are right here, so that's easy. Which thing do I need most of? Because that can have a whole belt to itself. Yeah, 15 circuits per solar panel. So if we weren't using enough circuits for the processing units. This is why I say this game, you never have enough circuits, because just so much stuff needs so many of them. I mean, you never have enough of anything. But you particularly never have enough green circuits. Then we need copper and steel. Steel is here. Stupidly, I can only change the cooler in the BIOS. Yeah, actually, my cooler you can only change in the BIOS as well. The others have programs, but at least you can run the program from within the OS. Right, that's going there. Then we need copper. Oh, I forgot to build lights as well. I always forget to build lights for things. Light. Let's have lots of lights for the rocket silo. Go. Oop. Oop. What on earth did I do with copper? I did copper. Copper needs to share with steel. Oh, I've actually run out of belts. Any more robo ports? No. Normally the robots would be bringing me more resources automatically, but I have not built the necessary infrastructure for them to do that. Where is the previous roboport? There it is. Does that not stretch to there? Oh, it doesn't stretch to there. Okay, we'll put one here then. There should now be a wave of bots bringing me stuff. Ah, yes, here they come. Still haven't got that robot speed upgrade, unfortunately, so they're going to be taking a while. Then we just need to... Oh, we need the steel on the other side of the belt, actually, don't we? Let's do... put it on that side of the belt. So where have those bots gone? Oh, where have they gone? Did they stop to recharge or something? Oh, they've run out of charge. Is there an upgrade that gives the robots more charge? There's a cargo size in this, which we're doing, and there's a speed. I don't think there is. I suppose if you make them fast enough, then they get where they're going before they run out of charge. Fine, I'll go and get the stuff myself. Oh, there you are. Where are your friends? They're coming now. I did connect up the robo ports, didn't I? Yeah. They have to, these orange areas have to be connected into one continuous area in order for the robots to bring you stuff. Altibago says need some tofu to upgrade robot batteries. Does it have to be tiny toxic tofu, or does any tofu work? Because I think I've got some in my fridge. Right, okay. They've given me the belts, which is the thing I was waiting for. Steel on one side, copper on the other. That's everything we need for solar panels and accumulators into satellite. Then we need these three things, which are the same three things we're putting in the rocket silo. So we just need to bring them all a little bit further. This actually might be worth sharing a belt. Yeah, let's put these two things on the same belt. Then we can split that belt off and also take it to the satellite. And then finally we just need to, this is the blue circuits, we just need to duplicate that, take that to the satellite. There you go. And then... we don't need this belt now, because we're bringing it in from the top instead. Okay, that should be everything. Oh no, radars. We haven't made radars. Oh, we do need that belt then. We only need it for radars, but we do need a belt here. How do you make radars? Radars are in the military, aren't they? These military things that I haven't looked at yet because I hadn't on not bothering with military stuff. Okay, iron plates, gear wheels, and electric circuits. Given that my gear wheels are literally the exact other end of the factory, I think I might cheat slightly and just make some gears here. Because I've already got iron plates. So let's do that. Let's move this over one space. Radar, gears, iron plates. Also iron plates into the actual machine. But also circuits, yeah. So insert there and insert there. Bring the finished product out on this side. Forget a light. And then finally, I think we've made everything we need to make in this playthrough, apart from the nuclear weapons, which are very much optional. Okay, here are some radars. Okay, and our rocket is 18% complete. Can we do the remaining 82% by the end of the stream? We shall see. I can't help but notice we have no processing units whatsoever. What's going on with that? Okay, we have no processing units producing because we have no red circuits here. Why do we have no red circuit? We have no red circuits because... well, we have some red circuits, but not enough. Why don't we have enough red circuits? Okay, we don't have enough red circuits because we don't have enough plastic. Why don't we have enough plastic? Ah, do we not have enough plastic because I turned off the light oil to petroleum cracking so that I could make the solid fuel with the light oil? Or are we out of coal? Or are we out of everything? So yeah, this is what the end game of Factorio is you've built everything, but you're just running around from one part of your factory to the next, trying to figure out why it's not producing as much stuff as you'd like. Right, why do we not have as much plastic as we'd like? Oh, actually, yeah, no, we have enough coal. We don't have enough petroleum. See how this pipe keeps blinking on and off? Oh, these two aren't running. Ah, those two aren't running because they're backed up with heavy oil. So we're not producing plastic because we have too much heavy oil. Okay, well the solution to that then, I guess, is more heavy oil cracking. Yeah, this is the sort of weird problem you run into later in the game. There we go. Then we should be able to tell if our heavy oil is backed up. Yeah, see how this this is also blinking on and off because sometimes it's draining completely of heavy oil. These still aren't running. Oh, did I not? Ah, okay. The problem is there's a missing underground pipe here, so this heavy oil pipe isn't connected to this heavy oil pipe. To the Emma. Okay, now these are all running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. only got 7. I would like to have a even number of them, so let's build an 8th one. Yeah, Harry, the whole game is diagnosing problems like this. I mean, Satisfactory can be very much the same, but I think with Factorio you get even more of that sort of problem. Okay. Yeah, I like to have buildings be a power of 2. So if one building isn't enough, have 2. If 2 buildings aren't enough, have 4. If 4 aren't enough, have 8. If 8 aren't enough, have 16, and so on. Basically, build it, and if it's not enough, double it. Double it and give it to the next person. So that's 8 now. Do we have enough petroleum for the plastic? No. See how the petroleum is sometimes blinking red? Implying that we don't have enough. Do we have enough light oil now to turn petroleum cracking back on? Yeah, see how that's backed up? I wonder if we can be clever here. Can I make something... I don't know if Squid Code was still here, he'd know. Can I make something to only do the light oil to petroleum if we have enough light oil, so that we don't run out of light oil for solid fuel? Probably can, right? Oh, I didn't build any lights down here. Forget the lights. Let me see if I can make something. So, can you turn on and off? Yeah, you can enable or disable buildings based on a circuit connect. Can I have this tank tell me how much is in it? Yes, I can. Okay. So if I make a wire from this tank, and by the way, if you need to run a wire a long distance, you can't just run it. You have to use power poles. I can just put it on the existing power poles. If I run a wire all the way down here to... Oh, wire cannot reach. Oh, because there's another one there. Wait, no, I didn't mean to connect to the building. I wanted to connect to the power pole. There we go. Okay, and then from here I can connect it to all of these buildings. And then I can say only enable if light oil is greater than, let's say, 10,000. I just want to make sure we have some in reserve before we run this. Right now it is greater than 10,000, so they should all be running. But yeah, so if that drains too much light oil, these will turn off before we run out, so that we still have some to make solid fuel from. Okay, that's nice. And with that, maybe now we've got enough oil to run the plastic. Looks like we have, yes, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. We're a bit lacking in batteries as well. Oh, it's because I only built 2 battery assemblers is the reason. Let's double it. Position these poles so that everything gets powered. That should do it. Okay, more batteries. Got enough of everything else. Yeah, we've got enough solid fuel. Good. Got enough sulfur. Got enough sulfuric acid. We've got enough lubricant. I think we could probably even do it a bit. I think we should be doing a full belt of plastic, not just half a belt. We got space to put more of these on this side. Not quite. Well, maybe. Extend that. I can move that down. And that. Move that down. And then I can do that. I think this is the space I need for... Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to redo my wiring here because I'm going to have to move the power poles. I want to make a full belt of plastic, so have machines on both sides of the belt. Was going to be awkward because I don't have space to put power here because it's entirely going to be filled with pipes and inserters. I need to have this bit here, and actually thinking about it, I can just have that bit here if I do copy and paste. I need to stop trying to manually copy things when I can copy them. Oh, this one inserter is not powered. There instead. There we go. Copy the recipe. There we go. We probably won't be able to run this at full speed. We won't have enough petroleum, but that will be maxing out how much plastic we can make. At least. And actually we still have a full tank of light oil. We could potentially build even more light oil cracking. It's always difficult to know which things you need to build more of, so you don't waste time building the things you don't need more of. I do need to connect this wire back up, otherwise my logic isn't going to work. And all these new ones will also need to be connected to this. Ah, the bots are coming to help me. Nice of you. Putting my lights in. There we are. Look, we're making even more petroleum now. Now we're making even more plastic. Hopefully that will help. Oh, I never put lights on my... Oh, I did put lights on my concrete, but only at one end. We are not quite out of power just yet. Is good news. Let's hope... It's going to take a while for all that plastic we're making to filter back through into the factory. Hopefully that gives us more red circuits, which gives us more blue circuits, which gives us more rocket parts. I could stop researching. I could just turn off science to divert all the resources to rockets. The only problem with that is I do still want to do some more of the research. I've ignored me again. I think that might have been before I put the filter in though. Oh, no, I forgot the filter. Every time I forget a filter, it finds where I forgot the filter and starts shoving everything in there. The robots. This. Yeah, the other thing that's using up resources is the module production. I'm just going to limit it to 1 stack of each module, just so that I have some available. But for now, this is also eating through blue circuits, so... Yeah, I'm going to turn off sending blue circuits to module production for the moment, just so that we can send more of them to the rocket silo. Yeah, because we've only gone from 18% to 19% in this whole time. I would like to go a bit faster than that. How is this satellite coming along? Okay, we're almost done with the satellite apart from the processing units. Not making solar panels. Yeah, solar panels is a bit slow. Let's increase solar panel production, because that doesn't require blue circuits. Lets us cut down a few more trees as well. I mean, all it has to do is fill up to 100 before this gets to 100, which is definitely going to happen. Having more doesn't hurt. Yeah, sorry if this part of the stream is a little bit boring, because we are mostly just waiting for everything to build now. What are we doing on circuits? Why is there coal there? Don't want coal on the steel belt. Get rid of it. Ah, good. We are once again full of plastic here. Does this need to be a red belt? I suppose it doesn't. If we built any more red circuits, we'd need to upgrade all this to red belts to move the belts fast enough. Speaking of which, we did unlock the final tier of belts. There are 3 tiers, yellow, red and blue. With blue being the fastest. There isn't anywhere in our factory where we're making so much stuff that we need the fastest tier of belt. It is entirely possible to beat the game without them. But I might set up production of them anyway, because we might have a use for them if we're going to keep playing for a little longer after we launch the rocket. I deliberately left space here under the red belt production because I knew we were going to need to do them, although thinking about it I could have left a bit more space. So just as red belts need yellow belts, blue belts need red belts. And lots of gears. Hello Matcha Catcher, welcome in. Hope you are doing well today. We have all sorts of random stuff over here. I'm going to take some of this random stuff and try and feed it back into machines that can make use of it. We have a blowhigh redeem. We did have blowhigh earlier today. We put him away because of botany, but let's have him back. Here he is, Matcha. Here is the blowhigh for you. And that's an interesting coincidence. Matcha has just received field madder as his flower of the day. Today's botany segment was in fact about field madder. That's quite a coincidence, given I've just added 800 new flowers to the list, that Matcha happens to get that one. Because other people haven't been getting that one. Well, I can tell you that field madder is very pretty, because we literally just saw some. In fact, have I still got the picture? Yeah, here we go. You are Matcha. Extra personalised flower of the day. Here is what field madder looks like. Little white flowers. And we're getting very close to launching our rocket in Factorio. I'm kind of waiting for the last bit of the construction process. Sorting out. I've got random bits of stuff in my inventory I didn't mean to have, and I'm just looking for machines to put them in. There we go. I'm going to run out of space. Oh, I also wanted to have a stockpile of red circuits for building roboports. It's a bit of an awkward time to do it when we're so short of red circuits, but I do want to have just like one stack of them. Can we make this production faster? I suppose we can. Yeah, let's make red circuits production faster. Let's add another section to our that light's doing that. Add another section to this, because we've got more than enough of all the ingredients. We've got enough copper, enough circuits, green circuits, and enough plastic. Woo! Wave of bots coming to build everything for me. See how convenient it is once you've got enough bots. Clara, hello. Thank you so much for raiding with your party of 3 viewers. Clara, I saw that you raided in with Ophelia earlier when she ended. So I saw that you've been lurking around. I didn't realise you'd gone off to stream, so thank you so much for raiding, and do let us know what you were streaming and how it went. I hope it was successful. Thank you, mods, for doing the shout out. Everybody, Clara is really, really awesome. Do go give them a follow. What were you doing today? Chronology. Okay, that's not a game I'm familiar with. Time is weird, and so am I. Great stream title. I hope you enjoyed it. And welcome also to Ally Avocado. Thank you for raiding in. For anybody joining us for the first time, hello, my name is Emma. I'm here every Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I mostly play puzzle games, but today I'm playing Factorio. We're actually almost done. This is a vanilla playthrough of Factorio, not the Space Age expansion, just the original game. We're almost done with it. We're getting close to launching our rocket. I'm just frantically building more production of the things that we need in order to do that. And we need a lot more red circuits than anything else, as you can see by it being the longest thing in my base. Clara says we played Chronology. It was a surprisingly wonky puzzle game with a cute old man that looked like Santa and a snail that can stop time. Okay. As I say, I do play a lot of puzzle games. So is Chronology one that you would recommend? Because if so, I might try it in future. What do I still need to make? Have I unlocked the transport belts yet? I did, okay. Oh, I can make the robots even faster. Let's make the robots even faster. But yes, I hope you enjoyed chronology. Clara says it has some elements that are tricky, at least for me with the 2-character controlling, so you switch between the old man and the snail. Okay, interesting. I wonder if it has a co-op mode where you control both characters, or that could be a future thing, future direction for the game. Okay, before I got sidetracked, we were building blue belts. This game is weird how it does its tiers of item, because they're all different colours. So with belts, you've got yellow being tier 1, red tier 2, blue tier 3. Assembling machines, it's grey tier 1, red tier 2, and no, blue tier 2 and yellowish green tier 3. With ammo, it's yellow tier 1, red tier 2, and green tier 3. With circuits, it's green tier 1, red tier 2, blue tier 3. It's almost like there's always 3 tiers of things, but they want to confuse you with the colours. Clara says, it's short and sweet. A friend said it felt like a demo. Okay. I might do it as a one-off stream then, in future, if I'm short of ideas. I'll just stick it on my Steam wishlist just as a reminder that it's a thing. Assuming it's on Steam. These things usually are. And yeah, thank you once again for the raid, Clara. If you need to head off, I know it's getting late now. That's fine. I won't be offended. It's 80% off on Steam. Okay, I'll look into it a bit further then, and if I do want it, I might get it now while it's 80% off. Here's drop a quick link in chat to the game that Clara has been playing, if anyone's interested. Santa Man has a fez and can stop time. Smells familiar, says T-Bago. But there's a snail. Clara says, if you have time after a game and want to extend your stream another hour or 2, you should be able to finish in that estimation. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Thank you. It won't be today, certainly, but it might be in future. We'll see. Okay, step 1 is more lights. Step 2 is blue things. So yeah, express splitter, express transport belt, and express underground belt. These need lubricant. So I also need to figure out how I'm going to get lubricant into these machines. This is a bit awkward, but I might just put it through the science belts. Oops. There we go. And I think we're already bringing lubricant for electric engines. Yes, we are, so we can use some of that. It's all a bit of a mess, but it doesn't matter. Nobody's judging me for the aesthetics of my factory, are they? If so, they're going to be disappointed. Okay, hopefully... I didn't quite line that up correctly. I just want to connect this up to the pipe at the top of the belt, which is about there. No, there's too many belts here. This is very much late game Factorio, when you have every item you could possibly need. You've just got to try and get them all to work together. Oop, like that. Clara says, we'll jump in and out and make a late dinner, but I'm so glad I got to raid you. No problem, Clara. I wish I could drop by your stream more often. Yes, I mostly see you hanging out with Ophelia or other CCC anomaly friends. Right, and if you thought that these were greedy with belt gears, these need 40 gears to make 2 belts. These need 80 gears to make 2 belts. So pretty much as soon as you hook up this machine, it's going to go yum nom 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 and eat all your gears. These are also quite hungry. This needs 10 gear wheels each. These need 10 gear wheels each. I think to fully power one of these, like to run one of these at full speed, you actually need an express transport belt. So to build blue belts at full speed, you need blue belts to bring enough gears in, which is funny. And I think these actually need, yeah, these need advanced circuits. So we need to put advanced circuits on this belt. Ah, that's awkward because this is earlier in the factory than our advanced circuit production. So we need to run this belt backwards in the factory in order to get the advanced circuits where we need them. So every belt is going from left to right except this one. It doesn't have far to go though, just here. Then there. And having just said we were short of advanced circuits, I've just created another place to use them, but never mind. Silly game. That in there. Oops. Okay, and that's, yeah. I'm not gonna, what I should do now is create storage chests for these things. I'm not going to create the storage chests yet, because if I do, I'm going to drain all the resources I need for everything else. But at least I've got the machines built ready. Also, there's never any point having things like copper plates sitting around in chests. They're just going to waste. I'll feed them into the machines that use them. Are we making enough red circuits? We're still kind of not making enough red circuits. Okay, let's... You know what? Let's just... Is this going to be enough? Although... That brings a new problem, which is it's out of Roboport range. And in order to build another Roboport, I need some red circuits. So in order to increase my red circuit production, I have to use red circuits. Which I suppose sort of makes sense in a way. Okay. Our factory is sort of T-shaped now. We have it going left to right, and then we just have the red circuits coming down here because the machines are slow. We need a lot of them. Let's put the Roboport to there. I know this isn't really lined up, but I try and keep the Roboports on a grid. Makes it easier to see what's going on. Okay, here comes our new factory, courtesy of the robots. So nice to not have to build all this by hand. Okay, we're probably finally at the point now where we have too many factories. Good night, Harry. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure you'll watch the last part of the stream on the VOD. But we've got about an hour left now, and I'm sure we can launch the rocket within an hour. So I'm going to try and get to that point and then end. And then that won't be the end of the game. We will have another stream next week. Kind of a Factorio bonus stream to look at some of the other things you can do in this game. Okay. Any more progress on the factory? 23%. Okay, it should speed up now though that I've added more production. Hello Ratmost, best rat streamer. Thank you so much for the rat award that you gave me last night, and sorry I was not able to be awake for the whole rat award ceremony. It did go on into the early hours of the morning here. And also, it was amazing to see how much support your community was giving you at most. That was a lot of gift subs you got. And I will shout out, of course, the amazing Ratmost. Rat VTuber, cheese for everyone. Please go and drop a follow for Ratmost. He is operating on Pacific time, I believe, so for the Europeans in chat, might be a bit late, her streams, but you know, it even if it is, you can always drop a follow, and then if she happens to be streaming early, you can join. The swarm went nuts. They unlocked like 5 emote slots. They did, yes. And LT Bago, the award was not the Cheddar House award. The award was the Cheddar Caves award. And I am very honoured to be the recipient of a Ratmost award. And I believe that LT Bago also won a Rat award, which was nice to see. I do sometimes broadcast into the UK morning. Yeah, if your streams go late, then people might catch them early, which is a thing. Good night, Rooney. Thank you once again for that raid earlier. Sleep well. I'll see you again soon. Right, what do we need to do to get this factory running, this rocket launched sooner? We need to build more blue circuits. Is it still just a shortage of red circuits? I think it is, you know. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut science production off for now. Just so that we can actually use our red circuits for the rocket. Well, actually, I won't cut it off. What I'll do, I'll change the priorities on these splitters to prioritise left. So, red circuits will still go to science production if we don't need any for rocket production, but obviously right now we do need them for rocket production. So that should get the rocket building a bit faster. So yeah, they can go to the blue circuits because we need them for those. I'll prioritise the blue circuits going to the rocket instead of yellow science. And I'll also prioritise not sending them to modules at the moment, because we don't need more modules at the moment. Then this doesn't actually need to be a splitter, by the way. It needs to be that. How is the satellite doing? Have we made any satellites yet? Okay, no, we haven't made any satellites. But we do still need to send blue circuits to the satellite as well. You don't, strictly speaking, need a satellite for your first launch. You can beat the game without a satellite and then just build satellites later. But I might as well put a satellite in the first launch if we have time. I'm just going to steal these blue circuits. Put them in here. Okay. Should be getting more red circuits now. Yeah, okay, look, we are actually... we're not running out of plastic, it's just because we've only got half a belt to use for plastic, and we've got a whole belt coming in. So what I could do is upgrade this belt do a fast belt, and then the plastic will come through faster. There we go. And I don't. The bots will take care of it for me. I don't actually need to upgrade it. I just need to draw this green thing over it and say, "Hey bots, can you do stuff for me?" And here they come to do the stuff. I think we're a bit short. Yeah, we're a bit short on green circuits. I make more green circuits. Probably not. Yeah, we're already using all of our copper, so more green circuits would require more copper. We have more copper to spare. Actually, we do. Yeah, we're only using half of this copper. Okay, let's add more copper smelting. Another bit here. I leave a bit of a gap in case I want to change things around. Easier. Because this is only using half a belt on each side, it's only using one belt of copper total. So if we upgrade these to red belts, we could support a second lane of copper. In which case, we just send this one up here. Actually, yeah, and then merge here. Well, no, we want to have a whole separate belt, don't we? So let's leave space for that. Atmos says, I'm going to scratch around the kitchen and see if I can manifest a pot of coffee. I lurk. Enjoy your lurk, Ratmost. We'll be live for, well, we'll be live until we've been going 4 hours, and if I still haven't built a rocket at that point, I will give up and do it next stream. But I'm hoping we can do it before then. Okay, so this is supposed to just be hole on one side, on the other. We need power, please. Oh, this was done. This is another one that was done with wooden power poles. We don't need wooden power poles anymore. We need metal ones. We don't actually need as many either. We needed 4 rows of power poles, of wooden power poles. We only need 3 rows of metal power poles because they have a bigger range. We don't need this row. Oops. There. Then copper. Yeah. Oh, but we also need to send it in there. Yep. Right. Now we have extra copper. This is the spaghetti area of my factory, where everything sort of runs into each other. Becoming increasingly difficult to keep it all together, but it works somehow. Okay. I'm going to double up the copper belt here. With 2 of them coming through, we can deliver twice as much. Hopefully, in theory. Then that means we can give more to the green circuit production, which means we can produce more green circuits, which means we can produce more of everything that needs green circuits. Is the plan. We can see about expanding this. Just take that and build it again. See if that's going to be enough. This this was our starting copper patch. This is also starting to run low now. Oh, there's actually copper underneath this belt. Might as well be mining it. There's also a small amount. Point wasting the little bits. We're done with this this awkward bit. Oh, we're not quite done yet because there's some here. This awkward bit that's half coal, half stone. I had to make a separate mining drill just to move it. Not going this fast belt. Oh, that's not fast belt. Probably should be. Yeah, I don't think we're quite feeding enough iron there, but never mind. Okay, with the aid of both of these lanes of copper, you should now be able to get a full belt, full yellow belt of copper here, and a full yellow belt of copper here, and a full yellow belt of copper here. Should be enough to make a full belt of circuits. This is almost a full belt. It's got some gaps in though. Oh, because of iron. Let's upgrade this to a red belt. With green circuits, it's a 3:2 ratio of copper to iron. So you need 50% more copper than iron. But I have 2 copper lanes coming in, so I did have twice as much copper as iron. Now I've got the same capacity for both. So that will work out. I can't actually... I can't build this bit because it's out of Roboport range, so let me put another Roboport in. Yeah? Robots are going to come and do their thing. I love watching this happen. Good. Everything. We have iron now. Oh. This is probably a temporary issue. The reason we don't have enough iron is because we don't have enough gears. We don't have enough gears because I just built a bunch of red belts and now the factory is trying to replenish them. Right, that is a short-term problem. How are we doing on red circuits? Yes, looks like we're actually making enough red circuits now. Hooray. We're not quite making enough green circuits. I could actually upgrade this to... This is going to use even more gears, but I could upgrade this to a red belt now. Just to maximise the amount of green circuits we can produce. Hopefully, when I go back to the rocket, the number is a bit higher. Let's see. Hmm, 35%. Well, that is higher than what we had before. So, I'm making progress. Hello, Brute Force, who says, hello, lovely M from me and Lana. Hello, every lovely person. Thank you, Brute Force, and of course, Best Panda, for dropping by. I hope you are both well, and I hope you both have a good Christmas if I don't see you again. I am almost about to launch the rocket in Factorio, except it's building a lot slower than I was hoping for. Anything else I can do to speed this process up? I suppose I could prioritize... Yeah, let's prioritize green circuits going to the processing units as well. Just have excess ones come over here. That should help. Force says, thank you, hope you have a nice Christmas too. I will do my best to have a nice Christmas, yes. It is the number one rule of this game, I maintain, is you do not have enough... however many green circuits you're making, it's not enough. Even after turning off all the things I don't need immediately, we are still not making enough green circuits. Although we're doing better than we were. Actually not making a full belt of iron, which is interesting. Oh, I see what the issue is. This one belt here has to supply half the iron and half of and all of the steel. Yeah, that should be 2 belts of iron probably. Can we do anything about that? Not sure. I think I might have to move the stone. Oops. Okay, that one wooden power pole was actually powering the entire factory. Good to know. I don't need all these anymore. I'm going to move the stone over here so that we can put another belt of iron in where the stone is. I don't care if we end up with spaghetti at this point in the game. we can put 2 belts of iron here. If we send that belt down and this belt up, split. If I split here, actually, best way to do it. I do it like this, so we split, half go up here, and then the other half gets split between these two, and then that just goes there. There we go. So this first splitter, the left half is going to steel, the right half is going to iron plates, and then this is just splitting the 2 sides of the iron plate. That should be a more even distribution of. Yeah, now we're getting more iron out of this now. Why are we so short of copper? Oh, because this is still, yeah, this is still a. I won't queue up any more research for now because we want to do the rocket. I was going to upgrade the copper belt to red as well. Never did. That. Oh, we don't have roboports in this area. Oh, we do have roboports. Okay. Better upgrade the whole thing then. Don't do that. If you upgrade a belt that's already been upgraded, it tries to upgrade it to the blue belt, the express belt, which is... I can't afford to make everything out of express belts. If you end up building like a really, really late game when you've researched everything and you're just building the biggest base you can, you end up making everything out of the top tier belts. Because you might as well, like, whether you need the speed or not, just make everything out of the fastest one. But I'm not doing that here. Okay. Yeah. Everything will be fast belts at least. And then that's 2 red belts of copper going in, splitting into 2 half red belts there and 2 half red belts there. So that all balances out. Debagger says, oh yeah, I'll be enjoying a traditional pay renewals and mass sailing. Will you really, Debagger? That's fascinating. I will just be spending Christmas with my family as I always do. They're mostly fine. And they don't misgender me. Yeah, it might not look important, but this single copper wire here is actually carrying all 26 megawatts to power the entire factory. It's very important. Here's my electricity grid for the factory, and it all comes through this one point. If you play this game with enemies turned on, it can be advisable not to do that, because if they attack your one vital piece of power infrastructure, then you're in trouble. Oh, I did not want to upgrade that. Do not. Maybe light on the dancing, but yeah, pretty much. Okay, fair enough. Right, we have full belt of copper, we have almost full belt of iron. We are still desperately trying to make gears, because every time I have enough gears, I go and do some more belt upgrades, and then I don't have enough gears. But never mind. We'll get there. It's just a case of waiting. Maybe actually I could prioritize iron to go to circuits and not gears. Let's do that. So prioritize that way. Prioritize it that way. Make circuits above all else because that's what we really need. Ideally, I want all of these machines to be active. At the moment, some of them are idle because we didn't have enough iron. Trains. Oh no. We have a slight train situation. Why do we have a train situation? What's going on with the trains? Why are they all queuing on the main line? Oh, I see the issue. Both the copper trains were queuing for the copper mine, but this station doesn't have space for the train to wait. So it was waiting on the main line, which meant the iron train was waiting behind it, which meant we weren't getting any iron. Okay, I actually do need to fix that. I thought we were done with train-related shenanigans, but apparently we're not. Game likes to throw them at us when we least expect it. We shall go and resolve those now. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm not taking my car, I just realised I left my car over here. I could make another car, I suppose, but we'll walk for now. Jeez. See, look, there's plenty of the map that hasn't been obliterated by my tree destruction efforts. There's all this. Yeah, so there's not enough space here to queue another train. What I think I'll do is I'll switch this junction around so that they come in this way, because then there's space to queue. Although there is a pylon in the way. No problem. In there. And then this one needs to exit onto this rail. There might be a problem with this cliff in the way. Oh no, it does fit. We need to do the signals the other way. Yeah. Yeah. Oop, I almost got run over by a train. It still hasn't happened in this game. But this should give me space for a train to wait. Only issue now is this train is facing the wrong way. Also this rail is curved, so I can't put a station there. Hang on. Okay. We might have a slight situation. I need to build this further along, basically. Okay. Where is the latest we can put the station? There. I put some fuel in. Back it up near the station. I need to reconfigure this entire station so that we can actually load the train the other way round. Then finally we should be able to queue a train and not have it back up onto the main line. And it all will be well. It's Ratmost's fault. I was inspired. Oh! Ratmost, have you been posting in the Discord? Or is this your own Discord, I suppose? Yeah, in fact, here is the other copper train demonstrating that there is now space for it to queue. Which solves the problem. This one needs to go here. This line needs to go here. This line needs to go here, and this line needs to go here. And we're even starting to run out of copper in our expansion. Never mind our initial base. Hopefully, we do beat the game before that becomes an issue. I don't really want to have to be making even more copper mines. Yes, some of this is now unnecessary. The middle of the mine will take longer to... Oh, but this, yeah, this on its own is not much copper, so let's do some... merging between belts so that that gets a full belt. Otherwise it's going to be ages waiting for that last wagon to load, which would be a problem. It was M and Discord near the start of the month. Okay. So that train's still set up correctly. Yes, this one almost full. Just waiting for this last little bit. Go and oh wait, hang on. I was going to ride it back, but I just realised my car is here. The whole point of coming down here, apart from fixing the train, is I can bring my car back with me. Yeah, actually thinking about it, with that disruption to the copper as well, we probably aren't going to finish it, the rocket today. So I might end a little earlier. And launch the rocket next stream, at the start of the stream, and then the rest of the stream can be screwing around with atomic bombs and stuff. Whoops. Slight cosmetic damage, it'll buff out. Yeah, that ran us out of copper completely because the trains were stuck, which wasn't ideal. It's working again now. Can I read what the... I was hoping I could read the percentage progress on the rocket silo from over there, but I can't. We have lights in this thing. This should be all the stuff that the robots didn't know where to put it. Okay, we do definitely have enough red circuits now, though. Good news. Moment of truth. Have we made any more progress on the rocket at all? Uh, 50%. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to finish today, so we'll call it half done. Oh, we made a satellite though. Yeah, look, see the rocket has got a satellite in it now. So we have successfully made a satellite. So actually, we don't need any more satellites for now. We can prioritize the rocket. But I'll probably end things there. Emma builds half a rocket. Yeah. Well, next stream will be called Emma launches a rocket, which will be more exciting. We're further on than we were when we started. Okay, we made some progress. We did 50%. So I will 51% in fact. So I will leave things there for today. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you in particular to Clara for the raid, to Rooney for the raid, and to everyone who followed today. We had a follow this morning from someone somewhere, and then also somebody followed during the stream. Ratmost, thank you so much for grabbing a creeping thistle as your flower of the day. Yes, a reminder that Ratmost is awesome and everybody should go check out her stream. I am going to look for somebody to raid now. If anyone has suggestions for raid targets, let me know. This is my last stream before Christmas. So, everybody have a good Christmas. I will be back next Friday with the bonus post-game puzzles of Taiji, which there are rather more of than I expected. On Saturday, we will continue with 7 billion humans. We are about halfway through the levels on that game. I think it's going to be more than one stream to complete the game because I believe the later levels are very hard. And next Sunday, back here, same time, same place next week. The final episode of Factorio, where we will launch a rocket, I promise. And to keep Harry happy, we probably have to nuke something as well. Happy Christmas, says Ratmost, and also I love thistles, says Ratmost. They're a bit prickly, but the flowers are really, really pretty, so I'm glad you appreciate them. Just looking through my follows, deciding who to raid. I notice Ruby is live. Don't know if you're familiar with Ruby and Pixels, Ratmost. She is also a West Coast streamer. She's not about to end or anything, so she's not always on this early in the... Yeah, she's not always on this early because she's often like 3 AM my time, so we might do a raid to Ruby while we have the chance. So let's get that set up. Raid Ruby and Pixels, and I can recommend Ruby to everyone. She mostly plays point-and-click adventure games. She is West Coast, as I say, tends to be quite late for Europeans. She's really, really awesome person in general, as well as streamer. Let's all share a raid message in chat when we go in. If you are subscribed, you can use this message. And if you are not subscribed, you can use this message. But feel free to substitute the emotes with some other ones if you prefer. Matcha says bye and have a great rest of your day. Well, there's not much left of the day, but I will try. And yeah, if I don't see you before next Friday, I might drop into a stream that you're in, but if not, enjoy the Christmas period. Mud Stuff says bye, have a nice Christmas. Same to you. So until then, Thank you all very much for watching, and bye for now.